Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this video. Hey, just wanted to do a quick screencast on creating SEO-friendly URLs in WordPress. A little while back on my Facebook page, I created a post with some graphics, some arrows, and a little bit of explanation on how to do this really text-heavy stuff. So I just figured, since I purchased this fancy new software called ScreenFlow, that I would put together a quick screencast and better show you how to create those SEO-friendly URLs. So without further ado, here we go. I'm just going to go over here and log into my website. So just give me 1 second here. And here we are at the dashboard. So first thing I'm going to show you, on this side I've already done what I'm about to show you how to do. So I'm going to quickly undo that so you can see, first of all, what the problems are with the URLs that are created automatically in WordPress when you first do an installation. And then I'm going to change it back to the way that it is now so that you can see the difference, and give a little bit of explanation each step along the way. So here we go. Okay, so first of all, we're going to go right over here in the dashboard to the left, and we are going to go underneath Settings. And we're going to go Settings, Permalinks. Okay, now when you first do an installation of WordPress, this is the button that's going to be checked, the default. And I'm going to actually set that right now. Click Save Changes. And I'm actually going to come out here to the live site, and you'll see up here in the URL, as I navigate through the website here, you're going to notice the domain name, which is electpaulbarton.com, and / with this little bit of language here that's actually generated on the back end of WordPress, with PHP. And you'll see it really doesn't make any sense unless you're a programmer, and it certainly doesn't make any sense to search engines as they are going through the different pages of your site. So we are actually going to remedy this, and I'm going to show you 2 ways to do this. Okay, so here we are at the dashboard again, and I'm going to show you what you need to do to make your URLs more search engine friendly. Now, it depends a little bit on how you are using WordPress. If you are using WordPress as a content management system and you're not using the blog functionality, in other words, you're not writing posts, then your website is going to be made up strictly of pages, and in that case, the fix in either case is very simple, but in this case the fix is super simple. You're just simply going to click post name, which might not make sense based on what I just said, but I'll explain here in just a second. So we're going to check post name, and we're going to save the changes. And here we are again, back out at the live site. And we're going to just navigate through the site a little bit so you can see what just happened. Now, if you go back up to the address bar, you're going to see the URL once again. But now, instead of after the / a bunch of nonsense gibberish, we actually see the name of the page, which in this case is Meet Paul Barton. Same thing if we go to the resume. And oops, you'll actually notice I have a little misspelling right there, but still, it still shows what I'm trying to get across to you here, which is SEO-friendly URLs. Now, the home page doesn't have a / with, for example, home or home page, just because it's set to be the home. This is where, if you type electpaulbarton.com into your browser, this is the page that you'll land on. So again, this is a website that does not use the blog functionality of WordPress, and as you can see, the fix for this was super simple. Now we're going to go back to the dashboard here, and I'm going to show you how to make SEO friendly URLs for websites that do use the blog functionality. So here we go. Okay, back at the dashboard here. Just let me navigate quickly back to the permalinks page. And I'm going to show you what you need to do to create search engine friendly URLs for WordPress sites that do use the blog functionality. Now I'm going to show you how to do this on the website that I've been using as a demonstration all along, but since this website doesn't utilize a blog, I'm actually going to show you what happens on the front end of another website that I've done for one of my clients. So just so you don't think it's strange when we navigate back out to a front end. So what we're going to do now is, rather than just the post name, we're going to click Custom Structure. And we're going to make just a slight modification here. We're going to type a /. Actually, you can see, I'll just choose this since I've already done it on this site before. That it comes up as an option. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a / and then the symbol for percentage, the word category, again the symbol for the word percentage, another /, and then same thing for post name. We're going to have symbol for percent, the word post name, close it with the symbol for percent, and then close it with a / and save the changes. And just briefly, just so you understand what is done here, and again, to reiterate one more time, this is for websites that do use the blog functionality of WordPress. And all this does that's different than the one above is whenever you write a post to your blog in WordPress, it's going to be given a category as well as what you choose for the title of the post to be. So even if you don't, set up 5 or 6 different categories to write in, WordPress by default will still give you the category of general. So you'll still have, a category listed here. But say, for example, you were writing a blog about, I don't know, recipes. So right here for category, it would likely say recipes, unless you divided it further down, but it would say recipes and then whatever the post name was. So it could be recipes / spaghetti and meatballs, or recipe / meatloaf, or whatever it happened to be. This would be the title of your post right here, and this would be the category that particular post falls under. So we're going to go ahead and click Save Changes, and like I said before, I'm actually going to show you what this looks like on the front end of a different website that actually does have a blog post. So here we go. Okay, so here we are on the front end of the website of another client of mine that actually does use WordPress as their blog. And we're going to just quickly go through their address bar up here so I can explain to you what this means and how it pertained to what we did on the back end in the WordPress dashboard just a minute ago. So in this case, the domain name is peopleenergy.com. And right here, they're actually going to have one extra set, or they actually do have one extra set of /. And the only reason for this is their blog actually sits in its own directory on the host. So that's why you're seeing peopleenergy.com /blog. But everything from this / right here to the right is the result of the handiwork that we did in the WordPress dashboard just a minute ago. You'll see that this replaces, or rather is, the category. So this is what WordPress figured out was the category from our little change to this end of the permalink where we had our percent symbol, category, percent symbol. And then this is actually the full name of the blog post right here, and you'll see that it matches up right here. The only thing that's missing is the colon, which obviously can't go in the address bar. And you can actually, if you want to drill down further, you can see that the category right here is motivation. And since each one of these things is actually a word in the English language, And this is true no matter how you set up WordPress, what language you're running in. But that makes it much, much more search engine friendly. The URL is actually relevant to the blog itself, the overall blog, which is and the category within that is actually relative to the blog post. So all that tying together makes for a very nice and search engine optimized URL, simply for doing, 30 seconds worth of work. So I hope this was a helpful screencast. If you have any questions, just ask them below, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. Thanks.